Welcome. Okay, so you've been ghosted very randomly by your perceived twin soul. You've been looking for answers to why this could have happened, and you came here and you wonder if your partner could have the condition romantic narcissistic disorder. Now, this disorder, this condition, is run from the person's deep subconscious mind. In other videos, I covered the first part of the cycle and the traits that go with that. The next video I told you about the devalue, the stage, and the traits that go with that. This time I'm going to talk to you about the disregard. Everyone's disregard is slightly different. This is just an example. Okay, so let's get straight into it. How it could go. So you've been dating steadily. The relationship is evolving beautifully and it's moving along to each stage well. For months your twin soul has been nearly perfect in every way, and undoubtedly you've fallen head over heels in love. A few weeks ago, however, there may have been a slight hiccup in the relationship. You were due to meet their family, or you were maybe to go away together, but they couldn't make it. Unfortunately, it was unexpected. There was a task, a job, some sort of emergency. But whatever it was, this caused a little bit of anxiety for you. But because it was out of character for them, this flaky, unreliable behaviour, you let it go. And of course they were apologetic, and you trust them. You know, they've basically proved themselves to be a beautiful person. So we continue. So for example, you may have been invited round to their place midweek. Due to the few unscheduled emergencies over the last few weekends, you've been unable to see them. So you've now gone to midweek instead. You turn up, they greet you lovingly as usual. They cook you a meal. Your twin soul's been quite busy. They've fitted a new bathroom. They've put up shelves and they've bought new stuff for their place, and you're impressed. Together you move furniture around. You sort through their collection of vinyl records. You're excited to do this because they talk about, when you get the jukebox and where should it go, hence moving around the furniture. Over dinner, you tell them how excited you are about going to, for example, the concert or the festival that's coming up next week. You paid the deposit a few months ago, but they look at you casually and say, "Oh, we're not going. I didn't pay up the balance." Their words pelt you in the stomach. You're gutted. You can't believe what they've just said. You can't help but show your complete disappointment, and you tell them as much. They look over at you, intently staring at your mouth, but they say nothing. What I've just said will come clear later on when you start getting echoes and flashbacks. So you eat your meal, you watch television, your partner takes a shower. Then they have to run an errand, but they will back soon, they say. You trust them. Why wouldn't you? You're content anyway. You're watching TV and they've given you a glass of wine. They come back. They took longer than expected. Of course, full of apologies and sorries, and they're delightful. Together you listen to music and you chat. There's a cushion in between the both of you, and their hand isn't on your knee as it usually is. But you don't really think that much of it. You do notice, but you don't think much about it. The conversation is along the lines of how they are really getting ready to settle down and ready to commit and set up home. You're pleased and have a secret beaming smile inside. You totally forgive them for letting you down regarding the last event, the festival or concert. They seem tired tonight and they tell you they need an early night. You carry on chatting and you find a picture on your phone and you tell them, "Oh, you look really gorgeous," but but only to me, wink wink, it's one of your silly private jokes. They snap at you and react mean. What, you reckon, only to you, they say. It's a bit out of character. It seemed a bit off for them. But very quickly they apologise. Oh, babe, I'm sorry, I'm just tired. Let's have an early night. So you go to bed, you make love, it's beautiful, they're responsive, cuddling, it's very loving, very loving. You wake up the next morning, you're happy, you've had a good night, get ready to go to work, they kiss you, they say, see you later, baby, you say, goodbye, darling. You leave, as usual, but the story will never be the same again, unfortunately. Next time, we'll talk post-disregard. We'll talk about the breadcrumbs, the text messages, and basically how you are utterly and completely abandoned physically. See you next time.